Shane. Only one time in my life can I remember we got to start
Yeah.
with this team. So I'm going to start with them right off the bat because they got another big one, Shane. Hopefully they can see this. The Commodores win the Birmingham Bowl. This was a bowl game. When the assignments came out, Shane, everybody said, "Well, buddy,
Yeah.
this might be the best damn non-playoff game on the board." And quite honestly, Vanderbilt took care of business. 35-27. MVP Diego Pavia. What a legend, Shane.
Yeah.
What a legend. 5 touchdowns for our man Diego. Came right out, scored on an 87-yard touchdown drive. And really, this was a back-and-forth game there for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It was 14-13 right out of the second half start. And then Vanderbilt went down and scored, picked off Haynes King, scored again. Georgia Tech fumbled, scored again, 35-13. That was all she wrote for the most part for them Commodores, Shane. But, this is just a new level of Vanderbilt football that I'm still wrapping my head around here, Shane, where we come out here and we dominate a team that damn near beat Georgia last time they took the field. And a big part of it, the red zone. I love the red zone. I talk about it every time, Shane. 5 for 5 Vanderbilt was for 35 points. That's how you win games like this. They averaged over 12 yards per pass completion. Again, Diego had the 5 touchdowns, and Eli Stowers led the team, 4 catches, 55 yards. But very, very impressive showing, I thought, overall by Vanderbilt in a game that many had as a toss-up. And quite frankly, many thought Georgia Tech, after that momentum they got in the Georgia game, would come out here and beat Vanderbilt. And Pavia said, hell no to that.
Well, it was awesome, man. I feel like this was one of the best games because it at times felt like it was Haynes King versus Pavia, back and forth. They both did excellent. Other than, that pick that Haynes had, I felt like this could have been anybody's game, but when Vanderbilt had the opportunities, they took advantage of it. And one thing that we talk about is we talk about the Heisman and how it gets skewed a little bit, but there is a guy here, man, for the Vanderbilt Commodores that, if not for him, would not be in this bowl game.
Yeah.
Would not have won this bowl game. He was 5 touchdowns. The stat line was impressive enough, but it's more impressive those little 2, 3, 4 yard gets that he got to keep the chains moving. This is a kid that went out there and played like there's no tomorrow. And I absolutely love that. And that's exactly why Vanderbilt won this game. And what a hell of a season, man. I saw Coach Lee celebrating at the end of this thing. It was just an awesome, awesome thing for them Commodore fans.
Yeah, they were chippy as hell, Shane. There was multiple near fights.
Officiating a little wild in this gun. I'll give them that.
Must have been some SEC refs calling this one. I'll give it to Tech. I understand them being upset. We had Brent Keep, the Georgia Tech coach, push one of his damn players. I'd never seen that before in my life, Shane. A coach got flagged for pushing one of his guys. This was a wild damn game, but the tougher, grittier team won it.
Yeah.
And couldn't be happier. Again, Vanderbilt now 7-6, got a winning season. First time since, I can't even remember, but I think 2016, maybe something like that. But obviously the first time under Clark Lee, reaching a bowl game and winning it. Again, if you're Alabama or something like that, Tennessee's 7-6, yeah, that's nothing to celebrate. But here at Vanderbilt, it's taking that steps you need.
Yeah.
And since we have last talked, Shane, Diego beat the NCAA. I can't remember if we've talked about that or not, but it is official. So here they've come out, and this is confusing. So I wanted to clarify for the folks. If you went to junior college and you are in your last season, so Diego, right? So he's been to junior college. He has no more eligibility. The NCAA said, all right, you can come back. And not just Diego, but any junior college player that is in his final season of eligibility is free to come back for one more year. So again, that's very confusing. Let's say you're a junior college player and you're in your first year and you got more to come. They're not giving you extra years. I don't know why. I just know that's the way it is. Someone will probably sue them and they'll probably get there for years, but that's the ruling as of today. So Diego is back. He has announced it. Jerry Kill, the offensive analyst, pretty much the co-head coach, he says he's coming back. And they're trying to get Eli Stowers, outstanding tight end, to come back for another year. He's committed to coming back as well. I don't know that that's official quite yet. But now that we know all that, Shane, well, first, let me ask you. Let me ask you after, if I can play these. Diego, refuse to lose. Hopefully this plays right after the game.
Diego, can you confirm that you do plan to return to Vanderbilt next year? And then assuming that you are, what is it that you hope to accomplish next year?
Yeah, as long as the food chain is how it is, Coach Lee, Coach Kill, and everyone stays, Miss Lee stays, and I'll be here too. But I mean, other than that, I want to win it all. For those who don't know me, I hate losing more than I like winning. I would hate to. I don't want this to sound cocky, but it's just confident. I will never have a losing season, and I told Coach Kill that walking into today, like, I'm not losing today, and so whatever I have to do to keep on winning, I'll do it. But the new team coming in on what, January 6th or something. We got a week to recover and hang out with our families. Then we're back to business.
So he's back, Shade. Refused to lose, got it done. 5 touchdowns, bowl game MVP. How much? Again, we were kind of down on old Vandy. We'll have to do it again. We may have to do it every month, Shade, where we predict the records for the team in 2025, just because so much is fluid. But now that we know he's back, now that we know Jerry Kill's back, and they're landing guys in the portal and stuff, I know you're not going to pick Vanderbilt to win the SEC or anything,
right,
but I mean they're a threat to win every damn game now.
Well, I thought that comment nailed it. They were a thorn in the SEC's ass this year. That's really what it was. I mean, it wasn't just the games they won. It wasn't like the Alabama. It was a 7-point game with Texas, 3-point game with Mizzou. Tennessee, they sweated them out a little bit. This is a team that went in there and a touchdown with LSU. Look how, this is a team that was so close. I mean, you could argue at least 8 wins, 9 wins, and coming in, we were like, do they get 2? So a lot of this has to do with Pavia. A lot of this has to do with coaching. But man, this was a team that had, you talk about doubters. They had a lot of them, including us at the start of this season, Mike, and they proved every one of us wrong, including this game. I didn't think that they'd beat Georgia Tech, but they did. They came out here, and I felt like, out of all the Georgia Tech, I watched too many Georgia Tech games this year. I watched the Florida State one, and I watched the Georgia one, of course, But this one felt like the only one that was kind of out of hand for them, and it's the Vanderbilt Commodores. So, yeah, just kudos to everything they've done there, but it does change the perspective of this program next year, knowing that all these guys are coming back.
Right. So, like I said, it's not often we get to lead the show with Vanderbilt, Shay, but they deserve it. Well, I wanted to highlight the winners.